Hi everybody, Lori here for My Favorite Things. Thank you so much for joining me today. I've got a fun love-themed project to share with you. I'm going to be using the How to Say I Love You stamp set along with the Box of Chocolates Dynamics. I'm going to use it kind of in an untraditional way, maybe show you, if you have this die set, a fun way that you can use it without making a box of chocolates. It's nice to make a box of chocolates, but maybe you want to use this die and get a little more mileage out of it. So this is a fun project to show you that. But first thing I want to show you, when I was die cutting, see these little poker things? Those are deadly, just FYI. You probably already knew that, but you would not believe how many times I poke myself with one of those dang things, and it hurts like the dickens. Okay, moving on. We're going to stamp that tall, skinny love sentiments from the How to Say I Love You. I have a panel of white cardstock here. I'm going to stamp it with Carnation Pink ink. This is Positively Saturated ink by Simon Says Stamp. I'm using my Misty here because I will have to stamp it a couple of times, and I have that little stamp and press tool that helps me to get good coverage. Okay, now I'm going to add a little gradient love with Peony, which is a darker shade of pink, and I'm inking it just along the bottom of that love. I take a blender brush and dab it to get a nice smooth transition into that lighter pink. Now this one will have to be stamped a couple times to get a little more intensity, but I did this the other day on a balloon card, and I made gradient balloons, and this little dab-a-do technique with the blender brush helps so much to get a seamless transition between the two different colors. So there you have your gradient pink love sentiment. I went ahead and did a second panel, same technique, same everything. Now I'm taking one of the heart dies from the Box of Chocolates. This one die cuts skinny little outline of a heart, and that'll just kind of fit like kind of camouflage right into that big bold stamped panel. And then the other heart die, which just cuts the outer edge of the heart, I'm die cutting that into a little piece of acetate. So we're creating a shaker window. I'm going to glue these together, and with a little liquid glue. You could use whatever type of adhesive you want, but it is a skinny little heart outline, so I felt like liquid glue was the easiest way to get these two pieces adhered. And then I like to stick an acrylic block on it and just give it a couple minutes to adhere together. I'm going to flip it over, and I'm going to add my foam adhesive. Now, luckily, I have these foam adhesive strips. I think they're by Waffle Flower, and they're pretty skinny because it is a fairly skinny die cut, but the foam strips fit good enough. Now, you probably already know this, but if you take the backing off, you can really easily manipulate that foam tape into perfect little curve on the heart. And it only took one foam strip, so it's thrifty and it's nifty. And there you have your little shaker heart window, and clean it off. Give it a little clean on the inside. Now for the shaker filler, you can do anything you want to do, but I chose this little, I think this is a birthday cake confetti by Pretty Pink Posh. Clay. I love clay confetti. And then I'm going to pop down that heart die cut and try to fit it right so it camouflages on top of that stamped love. And there you have a little camouflage love shaker heart. Okay? And then I'm going to pop up this shaker panel. Sometimes you got to work the shaker in. Sometimes that clay confetti needs a little jiggling around. Shaky, shaky to get it warmed up. And then I'm going to pop that up on a cream card base. I am going to emboss a coordinating sub-sentiment from this Itty Bitty Love Notes stamp set. And what I love about the Itty Bitty Love Notes is, for one, the one I'm going to do here says Miss You. So even though these would be technically what you would think Valentine's-y products, but when you make like a love miss you card, I think that can stretch to any time of the year. So you get a little more mileage out of what might be more Valentine's-y themed products. Okay, so I embossed the Miss You in white on a little strip of black. I heat that with the heat gun, and I'll take my little guillotine trimmer to trim this out into a skinny little sentiment strip. And then I'll put a little foam tape on the back of this die cut and pop it right in the center of that love. And I really like how the sentiment love is so tall and skinny that it allows room for this camouflage heart shaker right in the middle of it. And I know in the My Favorite Things shop, there's also tall, skinny hello, and there's a tall and skinny cheers. So you could do the same look with those different sentiments and mix and, maybe do a circle window shaker instead of a heart, different looks. But today I'm sending you a camouflage heart love clay sprinkle shaker. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you next time.